be become one with your breath and go into deep states of meditation. Experience the emptiness within you, experience the observer within you, and connect with Mother Earth. Feel your oneness with her. Feel your connection with her. Feel the energy of the message. Together, all of us as a group consciousness with all the other Earth members, we are going to receive this message, receive this knowledge from Mother Earth. Let's receive this message with a lot of gratitude. Let's celebrate this message. Let's celebrate our lives as well. Just observe your breath and go into deep, deep states of meditation. Completely relax your body and have a blissful meditation. last 3 minutes. Last 10 seconds. If you would like to continue your meditation, please continue your meditation. If you would like to come out of your meditation, keep both of your palms on your eyes, and while looking at your palms, slowly open your eyes. Thank you very much for joining this group meditation and contributing in this group meditation with your presence. Thank you so much. Today, we are going to listen to the 31st message from Mother Earth, and it is on the topic aliveness. So, this message, I will speak louder. So, today we are going to listen to the 31st message, and it is on the topic aliveness. So, I would like to read this message for all of you, and it goes as follows. Aliveness is the experience of death. One can truly live only when they have the true knowledge of the experience of death. Death is just another segment of life. Death is not something our illusionary perceptions have made it to be. With the true knowledge of the experience of death, one sees themselves as a universal entity, as somebody beyond materialism and duality. When this experience bestows upon us, We try to live as per our purpose and see life for what it is instead of binding it to the perception of our mind. We are infinite beings. We are godly beings. When the knowledge of death opens us to our own creatorhood, we celebrate life with the utmost gratitude. Death is regeneration. Death is the birth into another phase in the flow of life. Death and birth are equivalents. They are both equally blissful. Death and birth are part of the same reality. Death brings in a lot of newness into a soul's life. Death is an experience in the soul's journey which is filled with infinite joy, ease, rest, reassurance, and comfort. It is like going back to our mother's womb. When earthlings realize this universal truth, they will stop fretting and start living in their true essence. This collective enlightenment is much needed to bring about mass spiritual advancement. All of us are beautiful, compassionate, and unique divine beings. All of us are to be appreciated and celebrated. We are light and love. We are whole and one. I would like to read this message once again. Aliveness is the experience of death. One can truly live only when they have the true knowledge of the experience of death. One can truly live only when they have the true knowledge of the experience of death. Death is just another segment of life. Death is not something our illusionary perceptions have made it to be. With the true knowledge of the experience of death, one sees themselves one sees themselves as a universal entity, as somebody beyond materialism and duality. When this experience bestows upon us, we try to live as per our purpose and see life for what it is instead of binding it to the perceptions of our mind. We are infinite beings, we are godly beings. When the knowledge of death opens us to our own creatorhood, when the knowledge of death opens us to our own creatorhood, we celebrate life with utmost gratitude. Death is regeneration. Death is the birth into another phase in the flow of life. Death is the birth into another phase in the flow of life. Death and birth are equivalents. They are both equally blissful. Death and birth are part of the same reality. Death brings in a lot of newness into a soul's life. Death is an experience in the soul's journey which is filled with infinite joy, ease, rest, reassurance, and comfort. It is like going back to our mother's womb. It is life going back to our mother's womb. When earthlings realize this universal truth, they will stop fretting and start living in their true essence. They will stop fretting and will start living in their true essence. This collective enlightenment is much needed to bring about mass spiritual advancement. All of us are beautiful, compassionate, and unique divine beings. All of us are to be appreciated and celebrated. We are light and love. We are whole and one. So, this is the message from Mother Earth, 31st message. And it is a very joyful message. Um, the essence of this message is filled with joy. um, Actually, before receiving this message, I had an experience where I got to experience what death feels like. So in my dream, I saw my past life, and in that life was filled with um, a lot of fear, and there was a lot of competition for our basic needs like food, and living space. For everything there was a lot of competition. You need to compete in that life. I needed to compete with uh, the people uh, the people around me to get my basic needs satisfied. So there was a lot of fear that I had to go through, and survival was a very difficult thing in that lifetime. So in that life, when I saw that life, I went through a lot of you know um, chaos and havoc, which I went through in that lifetime. I had to re-experience it. So it was very disturbing, to be honest, because I didn't release those emotions in that dream. When I had to re-experience it, it actually felt like I was going through it once again. The dream was so it was so real. And in that lifetime I saw how how death came to me. I was being shot, and in the dream only, when I was shot, I experienced the death after whatever happened. When the life got over, I got to experience the death. So when I was shot, I immediately went into this blackness, this emptiness, and it was so peaceful that when the death came to me, I felt very peaceful, joyful, and I felt like at last I got that peace. That was my emotion right after death came to me. So I felt a lot of just like Mother Earth has said, I felt a lot of ease. I All my suffering got relieved, and um, I, it was very I felt I was at rest, and there was a lot of joy to it. Till then, before saw the dream, I did read a lot about death, and got a lot of messages about death, but experiencing it was something. It was next level, you know. Listening to it or reading knowledge about it was one thing, but when I got to experience how beautiful death is, and how joyful it is, how peaceful that experience is, it opened it was very enlightening. So with that knowledge, when I woke up, I cannot tell you how much joy I felt after I had experienced that. It was very, very, very comforting to experience death. So I now that I received this message, I truly got to know the purpose behind the dream. I just thought that in the dream came to me to release those emotions from that past life. But that and when I got to experience that moment of death, um, it felt really relieving, and I felt that, I must have some fear left in me, fear about death left in me. So that's why it came to me. But I didn't know that it had this big purpose. Mother Earth was helping me to experience it before I conduct this session. So the experience of death altogether is very, very, very joyful, blissful, comforting, and it is filled with happiness, to be precise. It is not something to be afraid of, and not something to escape from, or not something to avoid. It is something a soul must experience. It is very necessary to experience that, uh, experience death, because it is the energy of death is like that. So it is something that every soul must go through. That's what I felt like. I don't know why it is so comforting, why it is so peaceful, but when Mother Earth said that it is like going back, at that point of time I didn't know why it is so important, because this is my experience. So when I received this message, when Mother Earth told me it is like going back to our mother's womb, I asked her why she expressed death in those lines. She said that almost all the souls go back, become one with their higher self. That is why death is like going back to our mother's womb. It is that comfort is from is because of that, that thing, that when we go back to our higher self. So that process, or you cannot call it process, that oneness makes you comforted, and it gives you reassurance and ease, because after experiencing all these things, all the materialism and duality, when you go back to your higher self and you become one with them, that rest, you get that rest, you get that ease, you become relaxed. It in one article I read that death is going back to our source energy. So when in death we realize who we are, what is our souls, what is our essence. That is why, so it gives us a lot of comfort and happiness. And Mother Earth is just communicating the same, expressing the same thing. So death is very, very necessary. And when Mother Earth says that death is regeneration, in the regeneration message, she told us that regeneration is like turning over old soil and bringing the new soil. So releasing the old and bringing the new into our life. So death brings in a lot of newness, and that is why it is something to be celebrated. It is not something to be avoided. So death is a beautiful thing. And the person I am most grateful towards is my brother, because he taught me a lot about death. I used to have a lot of fear about of death, especially death of my loved ones. Um, but through him, I got this clarity that attachment is not love. Attachment is just our fear and our ego. It is our dependence upon our loved ones, or over things, or over anything. We think that we cannot live without them, or we need someone to live. That, I was like that. But he made me realize that in relationships or with our loved ones, we cannot depend upon them. Instead, the source of love is within ourselves, and together we experience love, together we become one. But the source of love and joy is always within us. So he always gave messages about this, but I never got to experience it deeply. But in today's meditation, when uh, I experienced that joy within me. I felt that I am the creator of that joy, I am the source of that joy. And it was very, very, very blissful to experience that. It was very profound. And tears of joy came to me, because a lot of my wounds got released by just by experiencing that. And it felt very happy. At first, when he told me that, I am the source of that joy, the relationship or the people around me or my friends are not the source of love or joy, but I have to feel that love within me, it was very hard for me to accept that. But now that I am able to experience that, it feels very light, it feels very um, good. It feels comforting. It feels very wholesome. Yeah. So I wanted to share this with all of you. So, just like Mother Earth has said, we have many illusions about death, but death is not something to be afraid of. It is something we should experience, and it is very necessary in our journey. And it is filled with joy and love. So, yeah, that's all I would like to say. If anybody else would like to share something, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Very happy that we are here hearing this message. The very first line you started was very interesting. Liveliness is
Aliveness is
understanding.
the experience.
Aliveness, yes. So it's just very clearly mentioned. As far as we have misunderstandings about death, which is very very much common in majority of humans. And unless we do not experience our true nature, unless we do not understand rightly the death, I think we cannot truly live life fully. And that is why aliveness is about understanding and experiencing and knowing what is death. And every line that is shared by Mother Earth is so simple, so clear, so beautiful. Yeah. And your personal experience of experiencing your past life, and you know uh, and the death phase, and whenever these past lives come, they're always basically releasing unwanted energies, unwanted emotions. So wonderful to hear that. So thanks a lot, Madhuji, because this is one of the most important things everyone must understand. Drop the fear of death. Embrace the fact when the near and dear ones are about to leave, to wholesomely send them off, similar to the way that we welcome someone who had taken birth. We have to equally joyfully send them off, because it is a true union to the higher self. It is like going, like Mother Earth mentioned, going back to the mother's womb. So just we come out of mother's womb, then we go back into the mother's womb. So we all must understand this. We still see around people finding difficulty in understanding death. They still take a lot of pain in seeing their dearest ones departing. I'm sure all these messages, all these experiences somehow trigger the memories within each one of us, because this is not something new. This is innately existing in each one of us. And the more and more we keep on hearing this, the more and more we connect to that memory which is within us. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to Mother Earth, and thanks a lot for sharing this, Master Madhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That is what Mother Earth has said, that, we can only truly live when we get to know what is death, because we stop living because of our fear of death. And when we realize how joyful death is, we get to celebrate each moment. Yeah. And enlightenment is celebration. So, yeah, thank you so much. Yes, Anu ma'am, please go ahead.
Hi Madhumitha, today's session was again very, very, very lovely messages, and the way you combine it with your stories and how you feel, it makes it even more special. makes us understand how you are going through this journey, also your own individual growth in it, right? It's so beautiful. Thank you about all of it that you are so graciously sharing with all of us. Thanks to you, Mother Earth, and to you, Madhumitha. One thing is, as Ramgaru sir said, we should celebrate death. Actually, right from beginning, I was really scared of losing my parents. I think as children, we always have that fear of losing our loved ones, or whenever I used to see that, or even though you read about Gautam Buddha saying, find one house where this has not happened, I used to feel so many questions used to be around that, and that triggered the me reading so many near death experiences and things like that, and it turned out to be so beautiful. And the journey in spirituality itself, now the condition has come to this: if someone tells me that so and so has died, I'm like, wow, they're on, why should we say rest in peace? We should congratulate them. They're on an astral journey to their new dimension. And people think, obviously, I'm cuckoo, no one gets it. Even to the extent my mother was recently not well, which is very sad how I told her. She said, I don't think I will survive. I think I'll get COVID. I said, don't worry. If I asked, you will get this and this, a black tunnel will appear. I started telling her things like, okay, if you believe in some God too much, maybe Krishna, he will appear, whoever hologram you want. So I started telling her like that. She said, are you crazy? You're telling me all these things. I said, no, it's just that embrace it, be happy about it. It's going to be a new choose wisely, what not wisely, I mean, understand it and love it. Later on she understood it, but imagine from your own daughter hearing such things that, I'm telling her, she's young still, but I was telling her, it's okay if it happens, please go through the journey, this will happen and then this will happen. I was telling her the steps, like how a government officer will say, this is step 1, step 2, step 3. So I was telling her, there will be a black tunnel and all those things will appear and you will be given a choice based on how much, and all those things I was telling her. But yes, death is such a beautiful concept. It's such a amazing, it's such a reality. We all, it happens at every living form, right, from rocks to the living beings. So it's really beautiful. Thank you for that, Mother Earth shared it today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. One thing which I felt after listening to you, from my experience, I realized that the experience of death is unique to every individual. How they will experience it is very unique to them. For me, I felt like I was floating in a blackness and I felt at rest. I felt at peace. I felt like at last uh, I'm at peace. That's what my feeling was like, and I was very happy to experience that. So that was my personal experience from that life. Now it might be different for this life. I don't know, but in that life, that was my experience, and it is unique to everybody. So but we can always tell our loved ones that it is going to be a very joyful experience. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it also depends on the belief system they carry all their life, right? If they're end of the tunnel, if they're expecting Jesus or Mahavishnu to wait for them, they will get that, or whatever they're expecting. If they're atheists, they will probably be in the nothingness for some time. It's as, so many sages and people have told us. I mean, I also witnessed a very brutal suicide of a very young child. She was barely, she celebrated her 16th birthday and then she jumped from the 7th floor of our building. I was the first one to reach there and see her literally brains come out of her nose. And it was really shocking, though we know all these things, but to see suicide in such a way and death, which is like that, that's still it's a different aspect of it. It's cutting it short, right? It's not like going through the soul's plan. But that also somewhere I thought maybe if the soul couldn't take it and she chose to do that. And even after some time I was even probably, though I was not even related to her, she was just one of the big kids in the building. but it did impact me a lot. But later on, I realized maybe she has to come back again to relearn this experience, and then maybe she'll make a better choice, because it's again a learning on earth, right? So yeah, death has it's not just here. There's so many things associated with it, right?
Um, it is very hard to make conclusions on how that person would experience death, because it depends on their evolution, on their
Yeah,
soul's evolution. So
true.
whatever they, if for example, in that life I went through a lot of fear and a lot of struggle, but
Okay.
still I had a very joyful experience of death. So we cannot say what the soul would experience. It depends, and we cannot predict that. So one never knows. It is a flow of nature. It
Yeah,
is
I
their
read
personal
somewhere this
experience.
person, he got electrocuted by a live wire, but before the death could happen, his soul was retracted from the body itself directly. So he didn't, that he or she, it didn't even experience that pain at all, even for a minute second, in near death. As you're saying, yeah, it is very different for everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else would like to share something? Please unmute yourself. And thank you, Vindhya ma'am. Thank you so much. It is very good to know that now you are comfortable with death. Thank you so much. And Jocelyn ma'am, Sumati ma'am, thank you everyone. Thank you, Kinari ma'am. Yeah, fear of death is also because of fear of unknown. And after hearing the word fear, I would like to repeat what Mother Earth has said about fear in the first message, From Fear to Fearlessness. She mentioned that how animals, fear is just because of our fear for, whether we would exist or not. It is basically, it is fear for existence, and it is like a survival instinct. And if we collectively work on fear, we could completely remove it from the face of the planet. That's what she has said. And she also gave us this little story about an ant, how an ant, even it has fear, it just takes one step and just trusts the nature. Even it also has fear for its life, but it just trusts the nature and goes with the flow. So then nature, just before so basically she tells us the story where the ant has to go to search for its food, but this world is an enormous place for it. And even the smallest thing are big problems for it. So like water puddles, it is not a big problem for humans or gigantic creatures, but for an ant it is a matter of life and death. And it could not just sit at its place waiting for everything to be cleared. It has to go and search for its food, because it might die of hunger. So it just gains with just trust the nature and goes ahead. And it sees that before it had even started its journey, the nature had already laid the path. So there were rocks to cross the no branches to cross the water puddle, and small rocks to cross the big rocks, and the trees and the plants helped it to cross mud, so wet mud. So like that, even before it had started its journey, all the path was already laid out. So just by trusting itself, trusting the nature, and trusting life, it just made a journey from fear to fearlessness. So that was the story which she had shared. So I just wanted to, say it once, say this to all of you. Yeah. If anybody would like to share whatever they resonated with, please go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I would like to say one more thing. Like, I come from Kashmir, so there were a lot of terrorism and bomb blasts and deaths which were unnaturally happening, or people threatening, which is not a normal regular thing. And I used to, at some point I would get even very agitated when I would come to know our soldiers are dying and all that stuff. Even later, even till now, I sometimes used to feel that. But now I am so, I see it as, even if when a terrorist dies, or even if soldier dies, or even if a Pakistani or Indian dies, it's the same, right? Because they're so unaware. We are just having borders. Again, death is, it's at a different level, right? But it is just, we're fighting for some such, some bakwas things, in life. We as humans have got it so wrong. uh, if we just really understand, I mean, just understand our nature, throughout our nature, how the trees let go of the leaves and the new leaves come, the regeneration that Mother Earth keeps talking about, so many things that she tells us, right? I mean, if we humans just keep evolving, is such a beautiful gift to be on earth, and this to feel the liveliness that she's talking about, right? And to feel this experience as a soul on earth, to really go through this before we go back to our mother's womb in the universe. Such a it's such a gift for us to really, how that ant got help, how what you're saying, right? A big a small rock to help climb the big rock. If we start trusting in nature and focus on the right things, and probably do so many other things which are meaningful and with purpose and things like that, there won't be all these issues, and even death would be celebrated later on, because we'd be so much aware about it, right? But collectively also we aren't enlightened. I think that's what Mother Earth is also saying. Once we are enlightened collectively, that's when the major shift will happen, right? Probably.
Um,
We still fighting the petty wars and petty things and so many things. Yeah.
the reason the messages are coming to us is because all the souls are in crave are craving for this knowledge. So it might look to us that they are stuck in that, in those things, that those materialistic things, but in deep inside of them, all everybody is craving for this knowledge. They are waiting for this knowledge. They know, they in their hearts or deep inside them, they know that there is something. um, they have a purpose, they are special, they they are gods. They know that they they are not this body, they are a soul. They have that knowledge. And everybody every soul knows everything. It is just that they are not able to realize that. They are there in those situations, but at the same time they also want to come out of it. They also want to be spiritual. um so they are not wantedly there, they are just there to learn something. It is their soul plan and it is their cycle, and they are undergoing it for a very big reason. So
True.
they do want this knowledge. That is why these messages are coming. And at one point of time, when the time is right for them, they will get connected with this knowledge. So every soul is just perfect the way they are. So they will open themselves to this knowledge when they want to. So when it is perfect for
Meant for
them
them.
to open
Yeah.
up to it.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, that is what Mother Earth has said in today's message, that we are all light in love and we are all to be appreciated and celebrated. So yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for re-explaining that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you so much. It is just the flow of Mother Earth. So yeah, she all after realizing my connection with her, my life has become much more simple, and I was able to break a lot of illusions. Actually, today before receiving this message, I was telling her that, I want to release all that is dead inside me. And she was like, uh, is there death truly? Is there a death, or does death exist truly, or is death real? Then I realized that death is an illusion, and what is there to be released? What is dead within me that needs to be released? Actually, I need to realize that everything is life, not that I am that I have to release death, but I needed to realize that everything is life. That realization, that thing she made me realize today. I hope I was able to explain it. Yeah.
Madhu, I'm getting goosebumps. You know what happened when you did the meditation with us? I saw inside of my body like veins, how Earth has these rivers. Similarly, we have veins and water, blood going, and then it showed that the cells are constantly going through the life and death circle. Everything, whatever is getting renewed. And you said the same thing. You just said that you told her, whatever is dead within me, I need to let go of it. And she said, is it really death, right? Because it's getting regenerated. Probably these cells again. I mean, I saw that in my meditation.
Mm.
Man. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, wonderful experience, thank you. Yeah, anybody else would like to share something? Okay, Ram sir, you can take over. Thank you so much. Thank you, Raksha ma'am. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot, Madhuji. It was wonderful. Even after the message, the sharings, and then the conversations that went, very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So, shall we end?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. Yeah.
Thanks, Masters, for being here. So, let us connect to this message again. Keep contemplating about this wonderful energy that was shared. Realize the liveliness, aliveness, understanding that there is no fear. There is a lot of things, and death is equals to birth. So let us keep on reminding us, and we will be, as we hear this message, we will be coming across situations so that we can utilize this wisdom that we have heard today. So let us connect to this energy, and immediately there would be a clarity that comes upon us. So thank you, everyone, and we connect back tomorrow morning. Namaste.